tonight. Don't you wanna go with me? Pick the town and ride with me. So hot, you're so fine. Living like you're wild and free. Every time you go dance with me.
That was an original composition of Vijay Rosales, musical director and one of the members of the Filharmonic. The Filharmonic is an a cappella group of young Filipino-American singers who were featured in NBC's hit musical competition, The Sing-Off.
So we started this group, it's been like 3-ish years now, for the show called The Sing-Off. And it was like an a cappella show, it's kind of like a reality singing show. So we kind of formed for just an audition for that show, and a few of us went to college together. Some of us kind of competed against each other in different college things like a cappella competitions or vocal jazz competitions. But we all lived in the SoCal area, so we just kind of formed real quickly.
So tell us how that experience was like.
It was amazing. I mean, we didn't know each other before the Sing-Off, so we had like seen each other in competitions and stuff, but like the first time that all of us met together was the day we filmed our audition. We had a lot to learn really quickly on the show, and there are other groups that have been performing for a really long time, and so we had to learn really quickly like how to make our own unique style, like what to take from them and like how to make ourselves sound a little different.
The Filharmonic made the semifinals of the Sing-Off, joined its national tour, and were featured in the Universal Pictures hit movie Pitch Perfect 2.
The plot was about a big world competition. The Bellas were going to compete with groups from other countries, and so they were looking for an Asian group, and Deke Sharon reached out to us, and we arranged Any Way You Want It by Journey in Tagalog, and we flew to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and competed against the Bellas, Pentatonics, who were representing Canada, and a ton of other groups who were representing the Philippines in the movie. We got to, it opened us up to a lot of fans in the Philippines, and people watching it in the Philippines got to see us for the first time.
Was it a conscious decision for you guys to all be Filipino?
We kind of had a core that was already Filipino. It's like, what can we build off of here? And we realized what a great opportunity this is for us to represent Filipinos and Filipino-Americans like in the artistic community. We realized how important it was for us to keep this message going and keep this mission of trying to represent Filipinos in whatever realm we can. I think it's become such a big deal for us.
Okay, now you guys are saying yeah, but if you feel like it, just shake your hips. Shake your hips. I know you can't.
Harmonizing vocally is one thing, but how do the young members of the Filharmonic harmonize as a group?
I think it's really cool with our group specifically because we didn't know each other really before we got together. And then when we were put together, there was like this amazing chemistry that we all kind of had. We got along really well. And till this day, we still really do get along. And I think that's so important to have in a group.
So we come from different backgrounds, some of us grew up in different states. But I think our Filipino culture has really brought us together.
It's like there hasn't been a Filipino group for us to follow and watch and like kind of like follow in their footsteps. Like we're all doing this together, and so and it's for the first time. So we're all trying to like blindly figure out what the next step is, and the 6 of us all like kind of understand that, and so we all get that this is like an amazing opportunity for us.
So do you guys fight?
Yeah, I think like Vijay said, like after the Sing-Off, like we were just always hungry, and we always like, any fight we have, it's very productive, and we always want to like better the group. So it's more about musical disagreements, nothing like personal, like, well, I don't like this guy. It's like, oh, what can we bring to the table to make the song better? Like, oh, I think this will make it better. I think this will make it better. But at the end of the day, we know what the end goal is. We know what we're trying to get to.
That sounds so PR too, but that's real. Like we don't,
that's real.
Like we fight about like music stuff, but that's not personal.
Just tell us how you started singing or how you got into music. Your parents are singers as well?
No, not at all. Both my parents do not sing at all. But I grew up in the church, and I grew up singing in the church.
Let's go!
Like, you have to choose electives in school, so I started with show choir, and then in high school I did some more choir, and I met Jules and Joe. In college where I did jazz choir, and we did a cappella together, and then we've been just doing gigging ever since 2013, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my family wasn't very musical. My dad's an artist, So I was always looking for different creative things to get into, and I ended up somehow, I think I registered for school late in middle school, so I like wanted to be in Spanish, but they didn't let me, so they put me into choir, and I was like, oh, no, I don't want to be in choir, but now it's my life, and I've been doing it ever since then. So I've been singing since middle school, and then I met Nico in college, that's when I started doing acapella music.
I started as a professional karaoke singer, which is at the age of 3. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Filipinos are known for. Like, we sing like karaoke, and my mom used to force me to sing karaoke when I was really young. So
Is that bad? What do you think about that?
No, I think it was really good. At first I hated it. I was like, why are you making me do this? But as a 3-year-old, yeah. But she kept pushing me to keep going, and it became a passion for me. So in school I would do like jazz choir, and I did marching band, and that's kind of how the music thing started.
My dad's a musician, and so I grew up playing violin and piano. But then I wanted to sing. I didn't take voice lessons or anything, and so I auditioned for my choir and acapella group in high school and didn't make it. And so when I got to college, I was like, I really want to try this. So I did acapella in college, and then it became everything I did. And then that's how I met Jules and Nico, through acapella competitions in college.
Did you go back and like, ha?
I did. We did a show at my high school, and I was like, "Hey guys, I didn't make it to your group, but this is mine now." So, no, that was funny.
The Filharmonic has a 5th member, Joe Caigoy, a tenor. The cuddly bear of the group, Joe has been called many nicknames during the Filharmonic's The Sing-Off journey, including the Voice of God and Chocolate-Covered Strawberries. His vocal prowess ranges from jazz to opera.
Give it up for Joseph Corden.
The vocal group opened for Fifth Harmony at a concert at the Mall of Asia Arena in Manila last year. They performed their rendition of hits like Shape of You, No Diggity, and One More Night for the front act of the show. How do they compare the Filipino audience with the American audience?
The American audience, they're grateful, but the Philippines, they go in on their gratefulness, their gratitude of just like, they just enjoy every moment of our performance, like, and they give it their all. They're screaming like 20%.
It's
just
crazy.
The whole time. And it's just an amazing energy that they give off to us when we're performing. That's great.
I think something that we've gotten from our Filipino fans in general is that there's so much loyalty and so much generosity, and I think that just goes for Filipino culture in general.
One thing is for sure, Filipinos, we know good music, and if the music is bad, they will be reserved. Okay, but like luckily they've been really again like loyal and like really just receiving our music and like just very grateful for it. So I think like whenever we're there, we're always getting a good response from them. We love them so much. We love you guys. Filharmonics, hashtag Fil-Am. Check it out.
Fil-Am.
Fil-Am. That's right.
Murder that dance floor.